Hello guys, welcome. I am Samantha the Introvert and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 13 of the Next Prince series. So let's get into it. We are back in the past when the king is instructing Kanin's mother to flee the country with baby Kanin, and the person who is in charge of getting her out is Sharon's mother. The whole time that the plan is going on, no one knew that the enemy was that close. All along, the killing was an inside job. Before they left, the king told Sharon's mother that because she is going on a journey far and very scary, the king offers to adopt Sharon until she comes back. Okay, so on the news, we are in the present now. On the news, the reporter are talking about the competition and that the game was all held up because of some threat, but no one knows about Wasin's death. So far, we are told that both Shakli and the king are being treated. The doctor came and told them the good news that they have took the bullet out of the king's body and now he's stable. Asked about who is gonna be with him, and then it turns out the son, who is Kanin's father, had to go in. After the father left, Kanin looked at Sharon and asked if what Washington said before at the time, which is that the king is the reason Sharon's mother died. Sharon tries to tell Kanin that he should not blame himself because at that time Kanin was just a baby. Yes, he got that. He got that it's not his fault, but Cannon carries the last name of the people who blames the downfall of other people. Cannon asked if Sharon is not upset or at least want revenge. And Sharon looked at Cannon and said that he is not upset because he knew who had done all this from day one. Kanye then asked Sharon to tell the story of what really happened, even though at that time, the event, Sharon was not there. No one knows, but he went in the past and started. We see that Sharon's mother was driving Kanye's mother along with baby Kanye. Kenny's mother says that she is sorry for Sharon's mother to be doing all of these duties and that she had to be forced to leave her own young son. As a mother, it is hard to leave your child, especially to be far away and not able to go with him because of royal duties. While they were driving, some car drove and shot at them and swerved the car and crashed it. When Sharon's stepfather, who was working at the time, came and saw the car, the only person that ended up alive was baby Cannon. Sharon said that the time he was in the same car that Cannon's stepfather was in, but no one knew. And when he saw his mother's lifeless body, Sharon shared that the reason he was scared of the rain, it was because his mother died on a rainy night, so now that's why he cries when the rain falls. This is a big thing, a big trauma in itself. I was not ready to know that reason. Honestly, I wasn't ready for that reason. For the fear of why he didn't like the rain. Come on, that's trauma in itself. Cannon then blames himself more because he is the only one who survived that crash. Sharon tells Cannon to not think about that way and then thanks Canyon to be alive because if he did not, then he would not have met Canyon and fell in love. Sharon did say that at the time he was upset, but he's not anymore, and that in his family they are loyal to the king, and that is their job, so he knows his mother died with honor and grace to protect the princess. I don't think Canyon understands how good he has it. Sharon is calm and caring, and while Canyon is just blaming himself, out of nowhere for Sharon's death, which is understandable, yet Sharon told him that he doesn't hate him. Now, just my curiosity, just asking, how old is Sharon? Because is Sharon, Sharon was old enough to talk, walk, whatever, and understand death. But Canyon was just a baby at the time. So how old are they now? We then went to see and visit Shakri. Now, that is a good thing that he's alive in the show, because if he was not alive, I don't care how far of a recap we are in this episode of a drama, I will drop the show like a bomb, because I will be honest, I got into this show just because I saw Balshan. Shakri finally woke up and immediately he wants to get back to work. That damn, what's with these royal people? Sorry, are we calling them royal helps or royal assistant? Which would be people that works for the royal? Kenan had to force and command Shakri to rest, but it's the way he treated and spoke to Shakri that got Sharon is very shocked. The father came to check on Shakri and tells them about the condition of the king. Then the news came on, and the reporters spotted Prince Calvin at the protest. Because apparently, ever since that people found out about Prince Calvin, they posted a video that they had of him, and it went viral of him attending a protest. Let's just say it's not looking good for Prince Calvin, because he was called back home because of his actions. And the homeland that he is from, well, his parents says that they don't want to participate in anything that has to do with as a what they want thing. Damn, I can even pronounce their last name. Okay, so at the kingdom, Prince Tadin is telling everyone else about Prince Wasin and that they should send out the word of his passing, but not to tell them about his betrayal. Prince Tharin stated that the king gave instruction on what to do on terms of the kingdom of Minan. What the hell is that? Minahanakarin. Now they're discussing about the competition, and since the competition of archery had to be had invalid results, they had to rule out that competition and skipped to the other competition, which is fencing. This man reminds me of Professor Snape in Harry Potter. He seems like an evil person, but all he wants is to be heard and be willing to do anything to get on top, and he's using his son to get there. Well, I know exactly that particular part is not Professor Snape thing, but you know what I mean. The way he acts. Anyways, Prince Rashata went home as usual on his usual path of anger. He took all his anger on Ramil because he rather harms him than calm down. When Petai sees the prince that is about to harm Ramil, he volunteers as tribute to get that hurt instead of Ramil. Prince Rashata threw Petai on the ground and stepped on him and forced Ramil to step on Petai too. And poor Ramil didn't want to do it but ended up doing it because he fears what his father might do next. After seeing that his son has done exactly what he wanted him to do, he shows very satisfaction on his face. Ramil, oh my god, Prince Rashata left. I guess he likes to see when people get hurt. Okay, so after the father left, Ramil went to the bed and saw how fragile and hurt Petai is. Petai finally got enough of the treatment and tells Ramil that he is pathetic because he have not once tried to help him. But Petai doesn't understand Ramil because Ramil fears his father, yet they are the same, right? Anyways, wrong. Ramil is not the same as his father. He only acts that way so his father doesn't put any more punishment on him. Peter then tells Ramiel he can no longer endure these treatments and end whatever it is they have going on because let's be real, what they have is not a relationship, but to Ramiel it is, and to Peter he thought it was actually, but not anymore. Let's talk about this facial expression. When I saw this face, I was like, wow, Jimmy, you gave a lot of deliverance and you delivered this one. A big applause for him because this is the face of someone who is just in disbelief. I believe he was the one person who understands the whole Ramil. But now that that person is gone, who does he have on his side? No one. We then see that Sharon took Canning to his mother's grave. Not only that, but they also went to Sharon's mother's grave. Canning sees that Sharon looks very sad and offers to leave Sharon to be alone in his little space with his mother. Now forget about this for a moment, but I want to know how the editors make that background look so blurry and just focus on the actors. I need to know how they do it. Anyways, while at the graveyard, a royal worker came to inform them of the king. At a meeting, Prince Tadin tells everyone that the king is still hospitalized but talks about the competition and what they're about to do. Prince Rashata asked if they can visit the king, but Prince Tharin said that due to all that's going on and that the king should get some rest, but when he fully is recovered, then everyone can visit. They talked about the next competition, which is the fencing, and Prince Shana expresses his concern because at the archery competition he almost lost his daughter, but he also stated that even though it is his thoughts, his daughter is not a baby and she can tell them or she is allowing her to make her own decision. Ava then spoke and said that she wants to proceed in the competition, but seeing how unfair the game can be and she saw how dangerous things get, she decided that she wants to forfeit the competition. Since Ava is not playing in it anymore, Ramel and Kanin is the only one that will be going against each other in the next competition match. But Canning got up and said that this is too fast, things are happening way too fast, and wondering if they can put the competition on hold. But Prince Tyrone tells Canning that they can't because this is the king himself that orders it. Now they spoke about Prince Wasin and tells them from what the public will know, the public will be notified that Prince Wasin died while he was traveling. After saying that, Kanin then asked if now that Prince Wasin is dead, someone must be in charge of the kingdom, and Prince Tarin said that he will be doing that. Kanin suggests that they should do like a political vote, but Prince Tanin says that such matter is not possible. Both Sharon and Shakri sees how Kanin looks sad, but sadly Kanin was not raised in royalty, so he is still not realizing how the kings know how things are run, and it is run by rules that should be kept. Later, the father went to talk to Kanin. Prince Darin asked if Kanin is disappointed in how he answered Kanin, but Kanin said no. Prince Darin explained to Kanin about the political vote. Now, because each clan has a ruler, if they were to put a vote, then there will only be no clan and just one person to rule, which is not right. Prince Darin says that he sees Kanin wants to make a change, and Prince Darin says that there will be a big change, and all that Kanin has to do is to win the competition. Prince Darin tells Kanin that the king tells him to tell him that he is sorry. We see Prince Darin talking to the king, and the king basically telling Prince Darin that to do things that should be done, and that if he dies, if the king dies, then it will be Prince Darin in charge. but he want the Prince Tadin to never tell anyone of his death until the end of the competition. Now, is either the king had died or he's saying that before he dies. I don't know. The king also apologized to Prince Tadin for losing his wife. It seems the king blames himself for the death of the son's wife and that he let the enemy that close and never knew. The thing is, while Prince Tarin is telling that, Prince Tarin left out the part where the king said anything about death. At night, Sharon noticed that Cannon keeps moving and sees that he can't sleep. Cannon says that he's worried that he will be failing the competition, but like all lovers, Sharon calms Cannon. See, Cannon, he has it good. In terms of lover, Ramil, on the other hand, he needs some milk. Like, he has nothing. Okay, so the competition is just around the corner, and Sharon is training Cannon, and so far he's doing great. And because the stepfather is there, Cannon has to spar with him like old times. Meanwhile, Ramil is training, but the father cares less on seeing if Ramil is overdoing anything. The worst part is Ramil is not being trained by a moving person like our Cannon is, because how will you know if he's gonna do it right? All he does is just stroke a stiff puppet. Even with showing the pain, all the father does is show how disappointed he is in Ramil. Nothing Ramil does is enough for his father. All Ramil do is please this man. A servant then attends Ramil, and Ramil asks for Patai, but the servant doesn't know where Patai is. Wow, Patai finally knows his worth, but when will Ramil know his worth? It's the competition time, and all that is left is to find out who will win and gain the throne. Okay guys, that is the end of my recap on episode 13 of the Next Prince series. Stay tuned for episode 14 recap.